Good morning, folks. This is Naeem Aslam, Chief Market Analyst at Trade, and welcome to Daily Technical Analysis video. In today's segment, once again, I'm going to look at Bitcoin prices and then see what is next for Bitcoin in terms of news, trading, and of course, technical analysis. So, in very simple words, we are going to discuss the opportunities with respect to Bitcoin. A little bit about myself. As I explained, my name is Naeem Aslam. I come with a wealth of over 15 years of trading experience. During this period, I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon, Bank of America, and currently working as a chief market analyst for Trade. Now, before we begin, as always, it is important for us to go through this disclaimer. Anything which we will be discussing in this particular video cannot be perceived as an advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisor. Now, as always, I'm going to bring out the MT4 platform. Doesn't matter whether you are using MT4 or whether you are using any of the other platforms, the analysis will remain the same. The price levels will pretty much remain the same. So your buy and sell opportunities are not going to be that much different at all. So when we look at Bitcoin, as always, first thing that we do is we begin the analysis by looking at the daily chart. And on the daily chart, what we have is we have three different moving averages, simple moving averages. These ones are, first of all, is your 50-day simple moving average, followed by that is your 100-day simple moving average, and then finally your 200-day simple moving average. The concept of moving averages is very, very easy. Every time the price crosses above a moving average, that is your entry point. Every time the price crosses below the moving average, that is your exit point. So basically, for if you look at over here, this was your entry point and this was your exit point right over here. Once again, this was your entry point when the price crossed above the 50-day simple moving average. Similarly, when the price crossed above the 50-day simple moving average, and right over here, the price didn't do much, just kind of stayed below and moved sideways, and over here the price moved below the 50-day simple moving average, and we can see that this massive move happened. So these simple moving averages, they do work, and if you are ever unsure about them, just have a look at the past experience, because as you can see, I'm going to draw these ones. So this is the price moved happened to the upside, again the price moved happened to the upside, again the price moved happened to the upside, this was the price move to the downside. Over here didn't really much happen. This was a small move to the downside over here, and then as I explained, this was again to the upside. And even if we look over here, this was a move to the upside, this was moved to the downside. So they do really work, and then this was a small move to the upside. So that's how you would trade the moving averages. Now, one particular element that I want you guys to pay attention to is the RSI. RSI has two particular price levels. Number one is the level of 70, which is right over here. The other one is the level of 30. Anything when the price trade starts trading above 70, which means that it is overbought, traders are chasing their trade, highly likely for the prices to reverse. The last time the price was in around this particular price RSI above 70, the price had a little bit of a drop. As you can see, the RSI fell to the downside, and then we saw a similar experience where the price did form a little bit a small higher high, but followed by that we saw a retracement. So once again, the prices are in this zone, so we are seeing this little bit of that. So that means that the prices can potentially retrace, but whether that will happen, whether that won't happen, we are not entirely sure, because obviously price tends to change all the time. And when it comes to Bitcoin, prices can stay in a level of an overbought area for a longer period of time, just like over here when the price stayed in an overbought and again in overbought and again in overbought. So similarly, the price is staying in overbought for a small period of time, but now prices can stay in an overbought zone for a little bit longer time. Now, the most important thing for today's analysis is that the price is about to break out of its previous zone. So if you look at the high of this one, the high of this one was 15,961. Today, it certainly seems like that the price is going to take out of this particular zone. So meaning the levels, the pattern that we have discussed in my analysis yesterday, the price could be breaking out of that particular pattern. So this was the pretty much pattern that we are really looking at, which is an ascending triangle, and then when or let's just say a flag sort of a pattern as well, and then they tend to move to the break to the upside, meaning if the price does break to the upside, we could easily see this particular price action going much higher, much higher than this particular area, this sell zone area, which we've discussed in our previous analysis as well. Now, in order to see this particular area, this we have to go into a slightly bigger time frame, which is your weekly time frame, and then it is this particular area from here where this massive sell-off happened. We talked about this in previous analysis, that this is the area where we could potentially see some sort of a resistance coming in. Moreover, I am quite concerned that the price is quite away from 50-day simple moving average, and whenever that happens, the price does retrace. For instance, price over here moved away from its 50-day simple moving average quite a lot over here, and followed by that we experienced a retracement, meaning the price went back towards its 50-day simple moving average. Again, now the price has moved away, well away from its 50-day simple moving average, a 50-week simple moving average, because we are on a weekly time frame, so retracement can happen. But once again, when we look on the weekly time frame, the price can stay in the overbought zone, just like over here, over here, over here, over here. So similar price action can happen over here as well. And moreover, Bitcoin is a kind of a beast which can move away from its 50-week simple moving average quite a lot. We know that back in 2017. So a similar price action can certainly happen, and the chances are that it will happen. So for me, when I look at this price action, it looks very much clear that this price is going to continue to the upside. Now, where are the opportunities? Well, the first opportunity is that you may want to short this trade as the price comes into it, but please make sure that you keep very tight stop levels. You keep your position levels very small, because this move can be very explosive. And secondly, in terms of a buy, what you may want to do is, you're on a 4-hour time frame, on a smaller time frame, you may want the price to see a little bit of a retracement towards its 50-day simple moving average. So that could be just below the 15,262. So in around that one could be quite good area. Even if you want to take a bit more aggressive price action, then you can try get entry between this price level, between 15,658 to between 15,500 something. So you can never ever, it is incredibly difficult to fish the exact bottom, but one can always look for the price in around that price level. Now I'm going to bring out the MT4 platform, my Bloomberg platform, and what we're going to do is quickly go through the news fundamentals which have been going through for the last few days in terms of Bitcoin. So I'm going to click on Bitcoin right over here. So we have all the Bitcoin related news coming over here, and in addition to that, I have the Bitcoin chart, which is also showing over here as well. Obviously, Bloomberg Terminal is something which is for professionals. And what do you do with respect to Bitcoin? You don't really need to get a subscription to this one, because the fees are quite high. But all what I wanted to see over here is what sort of a news flow is coming in. So Bitcoin first time frame breakout. Okay, so that is talking about a breakout news. Billionaire investor Ray, he also supports that. So these are previous news still coming in. Bitcoin prints bullish pattern. Okay, so again, bullish news. Has rate signaled that preceded Bitcoin reached 100% rally will soon appear. Again, a very bullish sort of a headline. 100 billion reason Apple should get behind. Okay, that is just an opinion by someone, doesn't really matter. 1.5 million Bitcoin cash deposited on exchange on a fork launch. Okay, that is something to do with the technicals of a forking. Listed firms sell 100 for, okay, that's something else. Exchange registers massive Bitcoin cash inflow. That again to do with the Bitcoin cash. Bond in China can be traded in Bitcoins. That is certainly very positive news. A legendary hedge fund billionaire just flipped to Bitcoin, calling it better than gold. That is again from Forbes. And then if you don't know, I mean, I write for Forbes as well. So that is very, very positive. So overall, the news flow is immensely positive, meaning the chances are for this rally to really break out. You can really get into this trade right now if you want to, but keep your stop losses very, very tight. But I think this move is going to go towards the 20,000 now. That's all for today, and I'll see you guys next time.